So we need to train the hands to work a bit differently when we're standing like this to protect our back. The strike down and turn the left hand as if you're turning a key in the lock. That's the feeling as we strike into the ground. Can you see how my hips have barely moved? But I've had a lovely release. Hi everyone, Murdoch here, hope you're well. I've actually got a bad back at the moment. There is a bit of a discomfort here and I've rested 3 or 4 days to make this video possible to do. I might be able to play. So a few of you elderly golfers now that watch my channel that have got a day-to-day restriction with the lower back, limited range of motion, maybe some pain. The pain I have is lower right above my glute here. I've had it before, but I feel as if I'm at the point where I might be able to swing and work through it. Now, before you start swinging, thinking, yep, I think I've got it today, and pulling the driver out on the first tee, you've got to understand your range of motion. Get some confidence in your ability to make a swing, or you know what, guys, I'm going to have to wait a couple more days. Any club across the shoulders, or even if you haven't, do my hands on shoulders turn drill. But the important thing is still set up in perfect angles. You've got to be perfect in the address, or 9.5 out of 10 at a minimum. All right, so don't start slouching to avoid the pain. If it's that bad, you need to rest some more. Stance shoulder width to slightly narrower. Good straight back. So from this view here in the clubhouse window, make sure your shoulders are pulled back. Then we're going to do some gentle turns where you feel like you're focusing on your spine and turning into the right side. How well can you do? Right, so if there's no discomfort here and I feel like I'm lucky, I'm not feeling anything in my backswing, I can get to 3/4. Look, there's my left shoulder coming down. I'm feeling the load. All this is good. It's like, oh, great. Well, I know I can make a 3/4 backswing, maybe a bit more. May not be able to hit driver, may not be able to turn a full backswing for a driver, but I think I can get hybrid and 3-wood, all right? So this is what you're looking at. Now, the important thing is through the hitting area. So maintain your posture here, maintain your spine angle, look down at the ground, focus on the turning. This is where it's starting to be uncomfortable for me. It feels like I'm pushing a bruise. All right, there's no sharp pain. I just feel like I'm not quite 100%. But you know what? This is through the hitting area. Hold that position. This is where it's bearable, but not 100%. I can get here. Can you see I've done the important bit? I can strike through the hitting area. So that gives me immediate confidence that I'm capable of a certain length swing, committing if I stop short. All right, because it's a bit uncomfortable carrying on. So now I'm going to start easing in to make sure I don't have excessive hip movement through the ball into the finish. Remember, I can't do a complete turn through. I don't think I'll be able to hit driver. I can do a backswing of decent length, but my pain is coming just at impact and post-impact. This is hurting now in this position. So when I've done my plumb bob, this is actually uncomfortable. I can't quite get all the way through. Remember, our backswing's okay, but we've got to restrict our through swing. The last thing we want to do is feel great here, forget in an instant our discomfort at the bottom, and let the long club carry you in and bang, there goes our back again. We're knocked back a week. So we need to do a couple of practice swings where we can feel like we can benefit from a good move through the hitting area, but restricts the hips. So this is it. We're going to stand deliberately with a closed stance. Narrow, all right? So I'm standing in a closed stance where I've drawn my right foot back to where the toe of my right shoe is kind of only just behind the heel of my left foot. You can see ball position from the white stick. I'm down the handle. That's important. Give yourself a good 3 inches above the club. Remember, I've closed my stance to restrict on purpose my left hip turning too far. But it gives me a firm left side to hit against. So I've got to focus on the correct hand action. 9 out of 10 golfers will come over the top. They're already stiff in the lower back from sat down all day or old age. All right, we lose our mobility here. This may be how you hurt your back in the first place. So the shoulders become active. And when the shoulders become active, we get the out to in. But the right hand releases in a different way. All right, to compensate, to bring you that left to right shape and shot, a slice that comes back to the fairway that you've learned to play with over the years. So we need to train the hands to work a bit differently when we're standing like this to protect our back. Down the handle on the left hand. We don't want to change it now. 2.5, 3 knuckles on the left hand. That's a given. I'm going to brush over that. Now I want you to think of this concept with your left hand, okay? Now the left hand, I want you to imagine you're holding a key and you're turning the key in the lock. Imagine that, you're turning a key in your front door. That's the feeling we're going to have when we swing the left hand on only with some practice swings, okay? So think of that turning key. So I'll do a slow motion one. I want you to feel as if you can get to here. Like I said, we've done our drill to get here. Our right foot drawn back, closed stance makes it easy to turn and get to this position here. Now the strike down and turn the left hand as if you're turning a key in the lock. That's the feeling as we strike into the ground. Feel the weight gather onto the left side a little bit more as you come into the ground. Stay looking down. Can you see how my hips have barely moved? But I've had a lovely release and I've got to this point here. Now you can start to get confident that this is a better action of the hands through impact too. You feel like you're delivering the club with the back of the left hand. This gets a trappy ball turf strike as well. So practice swing with no ball. Try and strike the same point a second time. You can see I'm on a winter mat here in England, but I can still feel as if I'm striking down. I'm not feeling any pain, but I'm stopping here. I want you to make sure that you're not going back too far. You can commit to the strike and stop here. Standing in that same position, down the handle. Keep your shoulders back, good posture, remember. So think of turning the key with the left hand as you strike through. You can think of a tree branch here that you're following through and not clattering your club shaft into. So, turning the key, all right? Up we go. Chest high and down. Feel like you're getting confidence in that move, that new move the left wrist and left hand is doing through impact. 7-iron, let's see what happens here. Down the handle, got the feeling, let's commit. That was lovely. Right out the gate, that felt so well timed. Lovely trappy compressed feeling off the face. This 7-iron, let's say the hole's 155 yards. It didn't reach the green, the front, but it went 130. And that's a 7-iron that's really just a half swing back and through. I struck it really well, and I felt as if I timed it well. With those two things, a strike and well-timed swing, you'll get a good amount of distance. Don't think the whole distance thing is how long you go back and how far through you go. It's all about tying it together and getting a good strike. Timing it. This is a really good feeling of getting that timing. It also will protect the back. Now, so you can take that same concept with a hybrid now. Down the handle again, like the 7-iron, right in the middle. Same stance, do a practice swing first. Feel like you've still got the 7-iron, only to chest high, and imagine that same feeling with the left hand turning the key. Staying behind and committing down. There you are. You can see there's plenty of speed there. Recall that feeling again. Trust it. You know you're protecting your back standing like this. Good posture. Commit. And there you go. You'll find that you'll start to get a draw shape because the hands are working correctly through impact to encourage a squaring up face, even closing slightly as your arms rotate through from the slightly slower rotation and restricted from the hips. you'll see you'll start getting a draw. Hope this helps. Give it a go. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Comment down below, and I'll see you soon. Take care.